Hey, VV Nation, Glenn Tompkins here on our YouTube channel. Glad to be here, glad to bring this video to your attention. Folks, I've got 5 more stocks that are on my radar that you guys need to take a look at. Some of them are a little bit more speculative than others, but if you allow me to present the case of why I like them, you can make your own decision whether you want to trade them or not. Now, given the market's conditions up and down and a little bit of toppy, a whole lot of things, keep in mind, market direction is key before you invest in any stock. Here's a speculative play, and a lot of biomedical companies tend to be up and down, but TG Therapeutics shot 300%, had a rally. Does it have legs still yet to go? Now, why do I like this? The news is specifically about rally, but it looked like it was going higher, blah, 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 is worth every word. Their stocks have tacked on as much as 275% since the middle of November, and there are several signs to suggest that momentum is only continuing to build. Like most small cap stocks, the stock in recent chart is defined by updates, but be they positive or negative in relation to their FDA trials and the madness of the crowd. So, FDA updates. News that the company has begun labeling discussions with FDA ahead of potential approval for multiple sclerosis therapy. That's that word that I'm not going to say. Sent the short scrambling to cover so the bulls can buy. So this is news driven. It's for multiple sclerosis, MS, and it could be a positive sign to push the stock's price higher. But I like the news based on the FDA possible approval. Here's another stock in the whole AI space. This whole AI space is really hot. I've done a couple of videos already on the channel about it, but now is another one. Is SoundHound Voice AI the next big thing? We don't track it in the VectorVest software, but we will in the next couple of days. So this is a stock that I want you to keep your eyes on. Another biomedical company, CELZ, more than doubles on a green light for diabetes therapy trial. Now, normally when you see stocks on diabetes, it's for type 2, like me. I'm a type 2 diabetic, but this is for type 1 diabetics. And this is interesting. The biomedical, creative medical technology are up triple digits today after the Institutional Review Board gave the green light for a clinical trial of the company's product CLZ 201 for the treatment of type 1 diabetes. The trial will be conducted at the University of Miami Health System. Importantly, 1.6 million type 1 diabetes patients in the U.S. since 2019, and the economic burden of the disease is pegged at $14.4 billion. All right, so this is big, but for the type 1 diabetics where their pancreases don't work, whereas mine just doesn't put out enough insulin. So I take meds for that. Uber stock, how about this? Stock surges as the ride revenue surge. Quarter 4 loss narrows, which means that they're getting better. We ended the 2022 with our strongest quarter ever with robust demand and record margins, says CEO Dara Khosrowshahi. All right, so I jacked that name up. I apologize, but I tried. All right, so we're going to take a look at Uber Technologies. Does it have more upside? Here's another biomedical, creative medical technology company cleared. There's CELZ again. This goes back with CELZ. Should have been back with that story. Biotech that I've been working, revolutionizing the care, but here we go. The company believes that CELZ 201 leverages the unique approach of harnessing the power of perinatal tissue-derived cells to multi-potentialities, including self-renewal ability, low man, we're going to look at the stock. There's a lot of good stuff behind it for type 1 diabetics. How about this? And this may not hit home with everybody, but I do like Disney plans to reinstate its dividend and cut 7,000 jobs. That's a good but bad thing. Reinstate its dividend, which rewards people for buying into the company. 2, reducing jobs by 7,000 jobs. I think it's supposed to raise or save $5 billion. And 3, the change at the top by bringing Iger could be a positive sign, and I think it's starting to show and bear some fruit with that. So Disney's on my list. Tesla's already up 60% this year. How much higher can it go? And then another story, Tesla soars 100% from its lows and as rising optimism supercharges rally. So that's where I've got my news from. And now let's go into the system and let's go take a look at the stocks. And here they are. Again, the only stock that's missing out of here is SoundHound, ticker symbol SOUN, but that will be in the system within the next couple of days. But here's my Tesla play. Instead of playing Tesla, expensive Tesla, here's an ETF on Tesla. It's trading at $13.35. It's a good way to get in on Tesla at a smaller price. Here's the TGTX, Disney, Uber, and CELZ. Now notice the first stock, one of the first stocks we talked about, CELZ, down 16% today, right? And you sit back and you go, why are you talking about this stock? It's the news around it is what I like. Going after the type 1 diabetes. I think that long term, it's going to have some upside. Right now, it's taking a hit. After it went up so much, it's taking a hit. But I like the story behind it. It is overvalued. It is a speculative play. It does have RT going up. It's negative earnings, but a positive earnings growth, which means hopefully that the negative earnings per share will turn around pretty quickly. Uber also has negative earnings per share, but growing it at a clip of 25%, which means that they're going to get less negative in a fast manner. TGTX, being that it is a biomedical stock, I would keep my eye on this, but the news behind it may be enough to push the stock's price higher. Notice none of the stocks in here are CELZ. Out of the stocks that are in here, even though they're speculative, they all have relative timings above 1. There's only one that's got a relative value at or above 1, and it's an ETF. So none of these have really good upside. None of these have really good safeties. I'm playing the news behind it, and let's go, let's go take a look at the stocks. Let's go take a look at the graphs, and let's go put these onto a 3-month graph. Wow, there's the Tesla's play. TSLL coming off a level of support, the 3 and 8 rising on good volume. I like the play. Let's go to TGTX. Even though it's a drug biomedical, nice move, pulling back a little bit. Again, a little bit more of a speculative play, but the news behind it should be able to keep it moving higher. Right now, if I'm not in it, I'd wait to see if it could take out that high. But the 3 and 8 are still solidly in place right now on a 3-month graph. Disney, man, a little bit of a pullback in the bar here, but still higher than the previous day's close. The 3 and 8 looks solid. RT is rising. Volume is rising. A lot of good things about the Disney stock. Let me move that over a little bit. I like the play. All right, let's go down to Uber. Down day to day, but nice looking. Let's go put earnings on. After the earnings play, nice moving higher. A little bit of profit taking here after really rising up on good volume. It went from a buy to a hold, but still the 3 and 8 are solidly in place. And then the last stock is CELZ. This is the real speculative play. All right, big jump up, big pullback down on big volume. This is news driven, fundamentally not sound, but I'd like to keep my eye on it for the purposes of the news behind it. Folks, that was a really quick video about 5 other stocks, actually 6. One will be added, which is the SoundHound to that list, for you to keep your eyes on. Now, keep in mind that the market is up, the market is down. I still think that the market has a lot more downside right now, but we're still overall moving higher. The market's giving you an opportunity to buy stocks. Take it. All right, these are stocks that I want you to keep on your radar and time them. Wait and get in at the right times. Folks, thank you for supporting the channel. Let me know what stocks you're out there looking at that you think could be good fodder for a good video for upcoming stocks as well. Well, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya.